Let's go check what's wrong. Master Chevin, she went to gather volcanic crystals, but I told the guards, but they said they don't have people they have to finish making preparations before they can try to rescue her. So, you'll help? Craig? They said Master Chevin might have stopped around here.
She might have been forced to go near the shadow pen. If that's the case, then... Oh.
Please, you have to save her. Please. According to the map, we should be getting close. Let's search the area. Stay on your toes, though, traveler.
Get away from me!
Look, over there! Is that Master Chevin?
Light it up!
Where did you come from? So strong! Let's get out of here, boys! Run! Leave the stuff if you want to live! Drop all of it!
Well, they didn't put up much of a fight.
Thank you so much. I thought I wasn't gonna make it down this mountain alive. Saved by the traveler. Guess my luck's not too bad today. Sorry. Let me introduce myself. I'm Chevin, a gem artisan. I'm not usually this lucky, but maybe things are looking up. She did, huh? I didn't mean to make her worry. I wasn't planning to be gone longer than 2 days, top. But then, I discovered a new seam of volcanic crystal near the shadow pin. It's a large deposit, and the purity is exceptional. I dug up a whole bunch of it and was getting ready to head back. But the phlogiston within the... Anyway, I'm sure you've seen the state this place is in. It's all because the shadow pin suddenly came crashing to the ground and left behind a massive crater. The seam I found was closer to the outside, so it survived the disaster. Still, the crash riled up the monsters in the area, and now they're everywhere. I panicked and ran up a narrow path to avoid them. But by the time I was in the clear, I ended up...
If the situation was so dangerous, why didn't you just drop the crystals and run?
I left most of them behind, believe me. I only kept the purest chunk. I have to bring it back no matter what. For Tlasoli and poor little Nechka. Ah, right, you wouldn't know. Tlasoli is a former ancient name artisan, and Nechka is her daughter. That's right, or, well, she used to. Now she just handles regular forging commissions. Because of her daughter. Poor Nechka contracted an awful illness, and Tlasoli put everything aside to take care of her. Even as Nechka's illness grew worse, Tlasoli never gave up. Like a torch in the night, she was determined to burn bright. Still, all's well that ends well. Thanks to the doctor's medicine and the YOP's protection, her condition has been slowly improving ever since. She's still weak, of course, and has to recuperate at home. She often writes to Shilonen, apparently. Her dream is to become an ancient names forger, just like her mother. Her birthday's in a few days, so Tlasoli asked me to find a pure volcanic crystal to give her as a present.
Yeah, talk about an important chunk of ore! What a nice gift!
I'm sure she and her mother appreciate your well wishes. All right, let's head back. I'm sure Imish is worried sick. Actually, why don't you come with me to visit Plasoli tomorrow? It's all thanks to you that I managed to bring back the crystal. You deserve a reward for helping us protect something so significant.
That's right! A good mood makes for a quick recovery! And of course, we wouldn't say no to a little gift.
Don't worry, but I'll let Plasoli tell you what it is herself.
Let's fly!
Oh, you're early. Looking forward to your gift?
Paimon too, but we're also here to see how Nechka's doing. It can't be easy to recover from such a serious illness. And then there's Plasoli. She had to give up what she loves. We just...
I've already asked someone to swing by and let Plasoli know we're coming. Let's go then. Do you mind watching the story, Mish? I'll be right back.
Again? All right.
Here we are. Nice house, right? Give me a sec, I'll go knock. Plasoli, open up! They're here! Plasoli? Are you home? Open the door! That's strange. Huh, the door's locked. But she shouldn't be out at this time of day. Hey, Nechka! Nechka! It's me, Chevin! Open up, please!
What if something happened to the two of them? What if Nechka got worse again?
Let's not overthink things. They were doing just fine the last time I was here. Still, I told Plasoli we were coming. Maybe she had to take Nechka out to get some medicine.
Hey, what's that over there? Looks like a Tapetlosaur nest.
That's right. Plasoli has a Tapetlosaur companion. If I remember right, its name is... When she was still in the forging business, she'd often have Iangu help with some digging work, but since Nechka fell ill, she hasn't let it dig much recently. Wait a minute. What the... This place is a mess! Iangu's nowhere to be seen either.
Whoa, look at all these broken boxes. Something terrible must have happened.
How is it that every single time Imish tells me not to go someplace dangerous, I end up running into danger?
The tracks end at this cliff. Could the Tapetlosaur have climbed up the mountain? Let's head up there and see. up here. Might not be Tlasoli's companion, though. Paimon still doesn't see any sign of Tlasoli.
Hey, Traveler! Paimon!
That's Chevin's voice!
Come down, quick! Tlasoli's here!
Huh? We just got up here and Tlasoli's back already? Well, guess this means we should head back. Why is the Tapatlosaur coming along? Whoa, hey, don't run! You'll hit us!
Yangu, come here. Are you being naughty again? Oh, that's a good Saurian. Oh, you must be hungry. Sorry. I'll whip up something for you later. All right, run along and play now. I'll come along in a sec. Sorry, you two. I was waiting for you at home when Nechka... Well, she snuck out and ran off. She said she just wanted to pick some flowers for our guests. But she ended up getting lost along the way. Luckily...
Yeah, Chevin told us she was just starting to get better.
She's still very weak. The shock and the cold winds certainly didn't help, so she ended up with a slight fever. But it's nothing a good night's rest can't fix. That said, she won't be able to meet you today. I'm sorry you came all this way for nothing.
Don't worry about it. We know she's still recovering. Chevin told us how serious her illness was. Her health definitely comes first. We were just dropping by to check on her.
Yes, and to run away from eating her vegetables. She jumps over chairs, hides under the table, then runs all around the house. I can hardly seeing how she is now. That's already enough.
Hey, cheer up! This is supposed to be... We do appreciate that she tried to welcome us with flowers. Anyway, Tlasoli, about the thing I was telling you before.
Yeah, what did you get us?
Well, it's a blaze gem inscription. I made it from the purest ore, so it's almost completely resistant to erosion. The techniques used to make it are all rooted in ancient name forging. Don't say that or the Wyatt might smite me. The process, when I first made one, I didn't think it could serve any practical purpose. But then Chevin suggested using the
Blaze gem inscriptions made by an ancient name artisan. In quite the sales pitch, don't you think?
Wow, that description really does make it seem special.
Tlasoli's blaze gem inscriptions really are... Word of mouth isn't always reliable. As information gets passed along, it becomes incomplete. But the words inscribed on these crystals will stand the test of time. It's the perfect gift for a dear friend or significant other. You could even pass...
Paimon's interested! Let's buy one, Traveler! We can engrave our names onto it! Then, once we find your brother, we can get him to add his name as well. That way, our names will be together forever!
You deserve it. You saved me. And Nechka's birthday present. It's the...
Chevin, I thought I told you.
Don't you start acting shy too, Tlasoli. It's a great gift.
Well then, thank you both. I'll have it ready as soon as possible. Then, I'll have you... Nechka should be well by then. She'll be very excited to meet you.
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We don't even know how expensive that... Hold on! This isn't part of some scheme to make us...
You never know. You do look like you have some savings to spare.
No, don't listen to that, Traveler. You'll end up losing all your more...
In any case, it's up to you.
Oh no, it's the Tapatlosaur again! Quick, someone stop it!
Also, if you don't mind, Tlasoli, I'd like you to help me repair my blade. I dropped it when I was attacked earlier. The rope and clasp both snapped. I tried fixing it myself, but...
Just leave it to me. I'll make it as good as new. Thank you.
It was nothing. We all just want Nechka to get...
You're right. Yangu, behave yourself. I'll feed you in just a second. I'll have Chevin contact you once everything's ready, Traveler. Maybe we'll even line it up with Nechka's birthday. We can even have a little party.
that sounds great! We'll look forward to all the good food! And anyway, see you around, Flasoli!
Look after yourselves. Nechka is going to be so happy to meet you.
Are you here to help find the baby Saurians?
And I'm Toba. You must be the helpers that we've been waiting for.
It's nice to meet you too, but we're just passing through. Oh, but Uncle Sanka said he was gonna send some of his friends over to help us. You sure he didn't mean you? Yeah, sorry. Whatever this is about, it sounds like you've got the wrong end of the stick?
Darn it! We've been tricked, Hoonie. I should have known.
What are we supposed to do about the baby Saurians now? It's okay, Hoonie. Don't worry. Why don't you... There's been a lot of unrest in the tribe lately, and my dad's Saurian got injured. Her name's Nana. After what happened to Nana, her babies were so scared that they ran off and hid. I'm really worried about them, so I decided to go look for them. If Nana is your dad, Saurian, what? My dad's one of the elders, so he's busy getting ready for Turnfire Night. It's a really important ceremony. More important than this, anyway. I didn't think it would take very long, but then that guy we ran into made us tell him loads of stories, and it wasted so much time.
Yeah, he was so selfish.
It's all right. Don't let him get to you. We're here now, and we'll help you, because we care a lot. They should be. I already managed to find their tracks, and it seems like they're hiding on the cliff. Really? Wow! Thank you so much, Miss Traveler and Miss...
Awesome. You gotta be careful out on the cliffs, though. They're really steep. Even grown-ups have trouble climbing them.
Rooney said the baby Saurians are on the cliff, so let's find a way up. Good luck, and stay safe. We found them! Wait, but what's that other... A how?
Well, if it isn't the gruesome twosome who wormed their way into our servant circle of friends. Still awestruck from the last time we met? Would that be why you hastily scrambled up here to pay your respects the moment you saw us? I suppose we can't blame you. Such is the spell that our majesty casts on our minions. Very well. You heathens leave us no choice. The almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula shall grant you the audience that you seek. Come, pucker up. You may now kiss our feet.
Wait, aren't you like Kenichi's sidekick? What the heck are you going on about? You're somehow managing to be even more annoying than the last time.
Silence! Who are you calling sidekick? We are the Dragon Supreme, sovereign ruler of the Nation of Flame. We shall have you know that last time, were it not for Kenichi's earnest pleading on your behalf, you would have received not a single word of mercy.
Oh, come on. You talk big, but Kenichi clearly has you under lock and key.
If you must know, our humble servant begged us to investigate an abyss incident near Hoytsidlan, and we chose to grant his request.
Abyss incident?
See this little lizard? Its mother, a medium-sized lizard, came under the influence of abyssal power. In her confusion, she...
Yikes. So how is she doing now?
She was but a lowly bug fighting against the power of the abyss. Naturally, she is such a fragile creature.
Leaping from a cliff?
My dear anemic flying ant, as addled with questions as your head may be, please keep them to yourself and wipe that absurd expression off your face. We are the almighty Dragon Lord Kahula, not a wish-granting fountain.
Anemic flying ant? Huge! Just you wait. Two can play at the ugly nickname game.
We sense a faint abyssal energy. An evil sorcerer must be lurking nearby, but they are well hidden. If you...
Suspicious outlanders? Wait, are you mocking us?
How dare you cast aspersions on your ruler, heathen! You're just lucky that our servant has such vile taste in friends. Otherwise, we would beat you black and blue, and then purple, then black again! If you're not here to kiss my feet, then get out of my sight. Do not impede the work of the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula.
The potty mouth on that guy? I'm on his furious! Still, good to know about the abyss threat, huh? Wasn't expecting that.
Let's not get sidetracked. We should take care of Hoonie's request first.
Wow, you're back already? That was so fast.
I'm so glad that the babies are all right. Thank you both. You're welcome. Pizza cake! You're not from Natlan, right? Because your clothes look different than ours. Hey, you must be tired after all that climbing. You should come.
Yeah, please come. I promise you'll get a big Scions of the Canopy welcome.
By the sound of it, Glasses guy wasn't from Natlan. Uh-huh. Well, his clothes sure weren't. You know what? Now that I think about it, really? Maybe he was the suspicious outlander that Ahau met. Sure, if you're interested. Oh, let me think. How did the conversation go again? Oh, please, mister. I've told you so many stories already. When are you gonna help me find...
Just one more story. One more, I swear. Why don't you tell me more about that ball of fire? I heard that there was a huge transparent ball of fire that used to burn 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, maybe even further back than that.
Oh, you mean Turnfire. That's where the ancient name Mollypo comes from.
Oh, wow. So it was the origin of an ancient name.
Uh-huh. There's a story behind every ancient name. The legend goes that the Turnfire first appeared in the era of the Grand Alliance. It was used by the tyrant Och Khan to rule over Natlan and oppress anyone who... Turnfire is different from normal fire. If you get set on fire with it, you'll feel horrible burning pain from behind you, but you won't die from it right away. And whatever you do, you mustn't turn back to look at it.
Why? What happens if you turn back?
As soon as you turn around, poof! You get burned to a crisp.
Well, good golly gee. I mean, it's one thing to singe someone's clothes, but burning people alive? That is a big no-no in my...
Right? How nasty is it to burn someone from behind and not even let them turn around to look? Och Khan really was an evil tyrant.
Yes, shocking behavior. Now, let me guess. Eventually, a valiant hero came to save the day? That's usually how these stories go.
Good guess, Uncle Glasses. Seems like you really know your stuff. The hero was called Yupanqui. He's...
Yupanqui was friends with Och Khan the tyrant, and also Shibalanke, the first Pyro Archon. He was working as an ordnance officer for the Grand Alliance at the time. He didn't like how Och Khan was such a cruel tyrant, so he stole the Turnfire and threw it at the Och Khan's army. And that's how our ancestors set our people free. But just as he was about to leave the city, he thought he heard Och Khan calling out to him from behind.
But Och Khan wasn't there. All he saw was a city burned black, an army in ruins, and giant flames reaching up into the sky.
A split second later, the flames he saw burst out from inside his eyes, and
All it took was a single glance.
The question is, was this the price he paid for stealing the Turnfire?
Nobody knows the answer. But the fire that consumed Yupanqui burned more fiercely than any other. It burned for 100 days until it... And then... the flame dropped into the deathly dark Night Kingdom, where
the grown-ups say that it lights up the path that leads to the next life. But for the dead to be reborn, they have to accept the flames and be purified by the fire. It's like a final look back at your life, where you have to answer for everything you did. Anyway, that's...
Ah, a fine parable indeed. So, is it true? Is it really possible to find this fire in the Night Kingdom?
I don't know. I think it's just a story.
Either way, I assume this name has been passed down in your tribe ever since?
Sure has. It went to Burkina, the hero that we celebrate on Turnfire Night. But that was 500 years ago.
Yeah, and now it belongs to Kanich. So we often call him Malipo Kanich.
Kinich, huh?
All right, Uncle Glasses, that's enough stories. Now, can you please go find the baby saurians for us, like...
I would, but doesn't the legend of the Turnfire teach us not to look back? Let's not go dredging up the past. Tell me more about this Kinich guy. One more story, I swear. Starting now. No? Careful, Toba. You look dangerously close to cursing me out right now. Tut tut. We can't have...
Uncle, you'd better not be trying to trick us, or the Turnfire will get you when you die.
How would it get me if I'm outside of Natlan? Uncle Glasses isn't from here, you know. Unlike you.
Huh?
Wait. Is that... All right, kiddos. I'm a man of my word. 2 of my friends are on their way here, and, yeah, they'll help you out on my behalf. Work them like dogs, okay? That's what they're here for. Don't go easy on them just for my sake.
Really? Well, first, can you tell us your name?
We met at the foot of this cliff, so beneath the peaks, let's go with Sanka.
Seriously?
If you don't believe me, turn around and see for yourselves. They're right behind you.
Huh? Where? Oh, wait! Uncle Sanka, where did you go? Yeah, definitely a fishy character.
Yeah, and not only that, but he betrayed us, too!
All he got out of us was some stories, though. What's the worst that could happen? Traveler, maybe we should go tell Kanich about this. Ahau says he's investigating. Huh? You know Kanich? Not very well, but we have met him before, and one time we had a meal together.
Oh man, I'm so jealous. I never even spoken to him. He's so cool. He's the Saurian hunter, and he...
Me neither. I don't think my dad really likes him, though. He always tells me to stay away from him. Probably because of that little creep he always hangs out with. Oh, the creep who calls himself Kahul Ahau? Yeah, we've had the pleasure of meeting. Exactly. I don't know why Kanich partnered up with him.
Uh-oh! Oni, look how late it is. We've been out way too long. We better get home now or we'll get yelled at.
Oh, yikes. You're right. Okay, well, this path here leads to our settlement. If you decide to visit, remember to come to my house. If there's anything you need, my dad can help get it for you. Hope to see you soon.
We gotta run. Bye for now.
Honi, what were you thinking going out by yourself? Don't you know how dangerous it is?
It's okay. Toba helped me. And we met some kind strangers who helped us. And
Kind strangers. What made you so sure they were so kind, hmm? I suppose they had...
yeah, actually, they did. In big, bold letters.
Don't talk back to me. The Mountain King problem still hasn't been solved. What would I do if I lost?
They were good people, Dad. Dinner or no dinner. Hello again, Hoonie. It's Miss Paimon and Miss Traveler. Dad, it's them. They're the ones who helped me. And I promised we'd take care of them if they...
Oh, so you're the kind strangers. Well, I'm Trinidad. Apparently you helped my daughter today. So if there's anything you need, just ask. Now, I trust that you're sensible people who know better than to take advantage of their host's generosity. 1 million Mora? At least you're a straight shooter.
Dad, please. They're not bad people. They've eaten at the same table with Kanich before.
Kanich? Wait. I heard that 2 mysterious travelers from afar showed up at the Stadium of the Sacred Flame. Are they... you?
And Paimon's the other.
I do apologize. A lot's been going on in our tribe lately, and I suppose the pressure must be getting to me.
Oh, now we're talking. Seriously, though, don't worry about it.
You've just arrived, I take it? It would be my honor to give you a hero's welcome tonight.
Careful now. That's quite an about-face. We've heard that kind of thing can lead to spontaneous combustion around these parts.
My dear traveler, you are very perceptive indeed. Go inside now, Huni. Dad's got some important business to discuss.
Okay. Look after Miss Traveler and Miss Paimon. They're very special guests. Well, we'll hear you out, but we can't make any promises that we'll be able to...
This is a matter of... for many years, our tribe has celebrated the Turnfire Night. It is a traditional ceremony among the Scions of the Canopy, in which we remember our ancestor, Burkina, and his companion, Kangama. Burkina was a hero who bore the ancient name Malipo, and Kangamato was a powerful Yumkasor warrior. Together, they fought against the Abyss. They were victorious, but it came at a great cost. Burkina paid with it. Normally, Yumkasors never live longer than a century. It's possible that the Abyssal Power is responsible for his unnaturally long lifespan. That's right. The Mountain King is a living symbol of our glory. But even this glory comes at the Abyssal Power inside him is highly sensitive. And when it is disturbed, he awakens and flies. So besides the ceremony, another important part of Turnfire Night each year is cleansing the Abyssal Power inside the Mountain King, so that he will remain sound asleep. However, Abyss-related incidents have been on the rise in that land lately, as I'm sure you're both aware. As a result, only 5 months have passed since the last Turnfire Night, and he's already showing signs of instability.
Has he woken up again?
He has. We managed to contain the situation by performing a makeshift ceremony right away. Also, he attacked and wounded my companion, Nana, during the ceremony. She became contaminated.
We heard. Such a tragedy. We're really...
Yes. And Nana, well, anyway. Right now, we're preparing for an exceptional Turnfire Night ceremony. And we need to find a suitable flame bearer. From what Of course. Plus, he's a bona fide hero, who's inherited the Malipo name.
Oh!
Yes, he's the one. A hero worth his weight in gold. And unfortunately for us, he's all too aware of that. No prizes for guessing what he said. An exceptional ceremony? I'll have to charge an exceptional price. I swear, no other concept exists in that boy's brain. I'm not the one to usually talk about people behind their backs, but I'm convinced the Y-Up got hit on the head and took a wrong turn the day it chose to give that ancient name to him. Have you ever heard of a hero whose mantra is, oh, and don't get me started on that insufferable how he hangs around with. Thinks he's God's gift to mankind.
Yeah, Paimon has to agree on that last part.
Anyway, the fact is, the ceremony can just as easily be done without him, as long as we find someone else. And besides, you two seem like much better candidates, huh? So what do you think? Wonderful! I can't thank you enough. Come with me to the other side of the mountain. I'll bring you up to speed on each step of the ceremony.
Achoo! Curses! Who dares insult the great Kahula How behind his back?
Oh, great Kahul Ahau, bless you.
Shut your filthy mouth, worm of the abyss! Your putrid words defile the air we breathe. You make the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula How, sick to the stomach!
Speaking as a member of the Abyss Order, that's music to my ears. Exactly the kind of reaction we're going for. But on a personal level, I gotta say, it's pretty hurtful.
Ugh, never have we heard such brazen blustering from someone who is inches from death! Up yours, Four Eyes! We spit in your face!
Okay, well, that I am at a loss to explain. How do I manage to stay so? But I digress. Mr. Kinich, I admit it, you, sir, are a legendary hunter. You see, I'm very interested in the lore.
Okay.
Is that it? Kay? Aren't you intrigued to know what it is about you guys that prompted a visit from the It's the extreme sports! The other day, I narrowly avoided getting hit by a very brave soul who just leaped off a cliff. I think you call it bungee jumping? Anyway, I was very impressed. That is what Look, I even did a painting inspired by the bravery and free-
You scum-sucking swine! Ugh, I swear, if you go bungee jumping, it'll be without a rope! Head first off the tallest cliff, with a band of hunters on your tail, and nowhere left to run, and a bottomless cesspit waiting for you on the ground.
You say that, but I get the sense that Mr. Kinich isn't planning to take my life right now. On top of that, I'm tired of spying on you from afar. I've heard that the most important thing in human relationships is to respect each other.
Or you could tell me what it is you're really after.
What?
And then I'll name my price.
Let's fly.
The abyss contamination is back. No surprises there. No doubt that see those torches over there? Those are sacred flame offshoots that we requested from the Stadium of the Sacred Flame.
Are you saying that the sacred flame and the turnfire are the same thing?
For ceremonial purposes, at least. Sending someone to the Night Kingdom to retrieve the legendary turnfire isn't exactly an option.
Gotcha. So basically, we just need to clean up the filth with the sacred flame.
That's one part of it, yes. But the complete first. The flame bearer must collect the kindling of the sacred flame from the starting point. Then use a grappling hook to fly up into the... Then they must go down into the canyon, all the way to the cave where the Mountain King slumbers. The most skilled flame bearers can accomplish all of this without touching the ground once.
Wow! He can do all that flying without ever falling to the ground? Well, of course,
harder for you guys.
Ha! Well, don't worry. It's not a requirement of the ceremony. You're allowed to touch the ground. The flame bearer must always keep moving forward. You can't skip a pillar, then come back to it after lighting the next one. To do so would be to disrespect our ancestors.
So, what actually happens if you do turn back?
Well, if you're not careful, you might get
What about today then? Does the same rule apply?
Oh no, don't worry. Today is just a practice. The order doesn't matter. You just need to take the sacred flame, cleanse the filth, then go light all... Are you ready? I'll repeat the key points again. Gather...
Alright, let's use this kindling to complete our mission. There's a bit of filth over there. Let's burn it away with the sacred flame. That should be all the braziers. Let's regroup with Trinidad.
I knew I was right about you. You have outperformed all of... If there was an ancient name for outstanding flame bearers, I'm sure the Wayab would consider...
Yeah, although it would probably take Paimon
Ha ha ha. All right. Now there's still a few days left until the ceremony.
Oh, you mean they've still got to sign off on it?
Some of them are still hoping we can come to an agreement with Kanich. But that's only... Still, I'm the one responsible for securing a flame bearer.
Just for Paimon's own peace of mind, are you sure it's not gonna be...
See that place over there? There was a time long before the age of Burkina and the Mountain King. After a period of upheaval, our ancestors were forced to move away. If we failed to keep the threat posed by the Mountain King at bay, it might not be long before... So to answer your question, I think
Fair enough. Desperate times call for desperate...
I'll need you to drop by my place at some point before the ceremony, if that's all.
Okay, see you...
You have my gratitude.
We've helped out with a lot of other local festivals before, but this one feels a little... different. Anyway...
Take me up! Rev the engines!
Traveler. Paimon.
Kanich! Fancy meeting you here. We've actually been looking for you.
I'll get straight to the point. I hear you accepted a proposal from Elder Trinidad.
Oh, the, Turnfire Knight, you mean. You were still his first choice. It's just... Oh...
Chill. It's cool. I only mention it because there's something you should know. And I suspect Elder Trinidad hasn't been completely forthcoming with you. His true intention is to resolve the Mountain King problem once and for all.
Once and for all? You mean this'll be the last Turnfire Knight ever?
That's right. He wants to use you to send the Mountain King to the Night Kingdom.
To the Night Kingdom? You mean...
To his death.
Whoa! Are you serious right now? You shouldn't go blurting out accusations like that. It could get you in trouble.
Too blunt? Okay. I'll phrase it more gently. There is potentially a possibility that Elder Trinidad may be hoping that during the course of the ceremony, you kill the...
But that's ridiculous! He told us the Mountain King is a living symbol.
And that glory comes at a price.
Oh, that's right. The Mountain King is a living symbol of our glory, but even this... yes, and Nana wasn't the...
Mm-hmm. She likely won't be the last to...
Still, is killing the Mountain King really the...
The Mountain King is a unique case when it comes to abyssal contamination. It's eaten away at him for so long that evil power has both driven him insane and kept him alive over the centuries. So to look at it one way, once it's completely purged... In past ceremonies, we've only purged around half of the abyssal power. This was to strike...
Trinidad didn't say anything about how much power he wanted us to purge, but he did say there were some more...
Then it sounds like you'll know for sure soon enough.
If he really asked us to kill the Mountain King, what should we do?
I know this must come as quite a shock, so I suggest you act like you didn't hear anything for now. But would you have time to visit the chief after your meeting with Elder Trinidad? I'd like to make a deal with you.
What kind of deal?
One that comes at a very reasonable price. I'm sure you have plenty of other questions, but we can talk good. See you soon.
Ah, mighty Outlanders, you have returned.
It was...
Glad to hear it. Things are progressing very smoothly on my end. There are still those who insist that the ceremony should be performed by the bearer.
Plus, Kanich doesn't want to do it anyway.
Exactly. So now, it's time. We covered the fire lighting part of the proceedings yesterday. The next part, it's quite simple. You just need to use the sacred flame. We've done it plenty of times before, and it's always very routine. One point I'd like to stress, though, is that you need to burn away as much of the abyssal energy as you possibly can.
Asleep, huh?
Precisely. In previous years, the Flame Bearer has often been unable to dispel a sufficient amount of abyssal energy. That's the only reason why we have to perform the ceremony on a regular. But I understand that you have a lot of experience fighting against the Abyss. With your help, I'm optimistic that this time, we can dispel all the remaining abyssal energy from the Mountain King's body.
Traveler?
So this doesn't faze you at all, huh? That's really all you need to know. The ceremony is in 3 days. In the meantime, feel free to look around our settlement. And if you wouldn't mind helping them out with a few errands here and there, that would be even better.
So now we have extra errands to run? Maybe we should add a little extra to the price.
Just a humble suggestion, that's all. It will help you gain the respect of our people. I'll be sticking around over the next few days, so if you have any questions, you know where to find me.
Seems like Kanich was right. We should go meet up with him right away.
Ah, you're here.
Kanich, Elder Trinidad said that...
I can tell. It's written on your faces.
Is that the Traveler in Paimon? Forgive me for not being there to welcome you on your arrival. That should have been...
Hello, Chief.
I only heard the news from Trinidad yesterday, so I asked Kinich to invite you over for a quick chat. I believe Kinich has already filled you in, so I'll get straight to the point. Firstly, I fully endorse your appointment as flame bearers for the... However, I would like to request that you take steps to ensure the Mountain King's safety. Every child of our tribe grows up hearing the tales of our heroes. From Yupanqui the Firebringer to Burkina, and that this is our history and our heritage, the source of our pride. And thus to kill the Mountain King would be to destroy our spirit. I would never be able to face our... Nana's death was a great tragedy, and I do not blame Trinidad for the actions he has taken. Nevertheless, I cannot allow any harm to come to the mountain. My honored guests, please give this matter your serious consideration. Perhaps there is, but despite all our attempts to contain the situation over the years, we have not found it. Right now, I should like to hear where you stand on this matter. I understand. There are still 3 days left before the
So, Kanich, earlier you were saying that...
Let's walk and talk. I'll show you around the tribe.
That works too. Paimon needs to get some... Kanich, Paimon finally understands why you turned Trinidad down. You knew what he was planning, didn't you? That's why you didn't want to be the flame bearer this time, because it's a double-edged sword. The whole Mora thing...
Double-edged sword is right. But my response wasn't merely an excuse. To solve this, I'm working on it.
Really? Well, come on then, let's hear it.
In a moment. Didn't you have a question you were about to ask me?
Oh, yeah. What was it again? Oh, right. We need to talk about how he's
I agree that he has a problem. He needs disciplining.
You got him a teacher? Oh, Paimon would love to see him get scolded for bad behavior. Anyway, moving on. When we ran into a how, he said you two were investigating some abyss thing.
Yes. That's the angle I've been working on. I'm a Saurian hunter, but I occasionally hunt the abyss too. One time, I was pursuing some purple demonic... I did some research after the fact. Apparently, they're known as beastly rifts. And there are many of them of all different sizes. So, if we can locate one of these beastly rifts, clear the monsters out, and move the Mountain King inside, he'd be able to continue living, but with...
Whoa, that sounds kinda crazy.
It's not without its risks, of course. There's a lot of unknowns in the equation. For instance, still, we desperately need something like this, even just as a temporary measure. You've seen the conflict the issue is causing in our tribe for yourselves. And believe me, it's been a long time coming. The chief is adamant about keeping the Mountain King alive, whatever happens.
Paimon can understand. It's less about the Mountain King and more about...
Yes, but on the flip side, you've got people like Elder Trinidad, who is more concerned about... And he has every right to take that view. It's one thing to try and preserve the last remnants of a glorious past, but making your kin pay the price for it? No one can seriously tell them that's a fair trade.
You're right. There's no easy answers here. Let's leave that to one side for a moment and assume we go with your plan. How do you actually intend? Because at least in our experience, the dogs open the rifts when they want to attack us, not the other way around.
I think I know a way. You have any better ideas?
Not at the moment, but it just feels like using the power of the Abyss for our own ends. After all, the Abyss is what turned the Mountain King into a monster in the first place.
If it doesn't end well, then that's the price we pay. Everything in the world comes at a price. Even when Yupanqui the Firebringer stole... The Mountain King's erratic outbursts have brought tensions within the tribe to a boiling point.
Alright, so what's this deal you wanted to make with us?
All I need you to do is keep people away. I'm getting harassed on a daily basis by people trying to convince me to be the flame bearer. If you help me out, there'll be a gift for you in return.
Ooh, what?
Something well worth your while, I'd say. Just keep doing what you've been doing. Ingratiate yourself with the tribespeople. That way I won't have an endless stream of people coming to beg me to join the ceremony. Then, when the day of the ceremony comes, we'll move the Mountain King into his new home.
Still sounds pretty crazy. Even for a daredevil like you, and even if it works, what if neither Chief Wyna nor Elder Trinidad are happy with it? Have you thought about what you'd do then?
At least the two of them would finally be on the same side of the issue, leaving only me on the The tribe needs leaders like them far more than a Saurian hunter for hire like me. Can I take that to mean we have a deal?
For sure. And who knows? Maybe we'll come up with an even better solution to all of this in the next—
Great. Well, for the next couple of days, please spend some time among the tribe and lend a hand wherever you can. Good luck to us both.
Okay, task for the day. Meet the tribespeople and take some heat off Kenich's back.
Pony, how can you call the Mountain King a monster?
Because he hurt a lot of people, and look what happened to Nana.
But it wasn't on purpose. The Mountain King is sick, that's all. He's been hurt by the abyss.
That's true, but the fact remains that he's now a threat to—
How can you be so harsh to someone who's sick? If you don't take back what—
Toba, Huni, what's wrong?
Pony's saying nasty things about the Mountain King.
Once upon a time, maybe, but not anymore.
Yesterday, maybe, but not—
Toba! Fine. I guess my dad is right. Things change. As of today, our friendship is over. Oh, come on, cut it out, you two. The Traveler is gonna be the flame bearer for the next Turnfire night.
What? Really?
So that's what my dad wanted to talk to you about? To be fair, from what we saw the other day, you are pretty good at climbing cliffs.
Wait, speaking of Kenich—
Oh yeah, good question. We can get him to come, but if he catches you two fighting again, he won't be happy.
No, we can't let that happen. I've never even spoken to him before. I
didn't mean to argue with Toba. All he said was that the Mountain King has done some pretty bad things. He was the one who turned it into a fight. Yeah, if you weren't friends, there's no way Toba— All right. Well, because it's the Traveler and Paimon and Kenich, I'm sorry, Toba. My dad just really misses Nana. And I was—
Huh? Oh. I shouldn't have spoken to you the way I did either. It wasn't very nice of me. For the
That's more like it. Now you're best friends again. Guess so. Toba, if I ever say something mean about the Mountain King in the future, I'll make sure I say it to someone else, and not you. I'd better go buy some colored cloth for my dad now. He needs it for Turnfire night. Let's see you, Toba. See you, Traveler and Paimon.
Okay. I'll head home as well then.
Okay, take care, you two. Even though they said they're sorry, it looks like their friendship isn't as strong as it was before. Let's just hope we can Come on, let's— Huh? What's going on over there? Let's take a look. Hey there! What's happening here?
A rehearsal for the Turnfire Night dance.
Oh, there's a dance involved?
You don't know it? Ah, I guess you're not from these parts, huh? It's rare to see a new face around the tribe these days.
Why do you say that?
Because of the Turnfire Night, of course. The Mountain King could wake up at any time. That's why we're holding an emergency ceremony. This isn't one of those fun and games festivals.
Well, did you know that the Flame Bearer this time is actually gonna be an outsider?
Oh, I did hear about that. It's a first for sure. I would have loved... What? Oh, it's you? Man, oh man. It's funny. I was just thinking that I'll probably miss out on meeting the new Flame Bearer, since I'm not taking part this time around.
You're not taking part in the Turnfire Night?
You must be joking. Not bad, right? Yeah, I'm considered one of the better-looking guys who dances beneath the pillars of the Sacred Flame.
Oh, very impressive.
Well, I feel like the whole Mountain King situation is getting more and more precarious. It's just not... The question is, what are we gonna do about this in the long term? But our leaders don't have any answers for us. But the way things are going, it's only a matter of time before it gets violent. So I figured...
You look a little disappointed.
Disappointed? Nah, it's a great opportunity to go see the world. As every male scion of the Canopy knows, wherever you are and wherever you go, I managed to get in touch with the Saurian Relics Association. They gave me a simple...
What's the Saurian Relics Association?
You've never heard of it? It's a group of amateur history enthusiasts who do research on the ancient Saurian era. Speaking of which, the guy who was Flamebearer before you, I've heard that his Saurian buddy comes from that time.
A how? A how's a relic from an ancient Saurian civilization?
Oh, yeah, him. So you know those two already, huh? Then, do you know how they met? It was deep inside some mysterious ruin, and they signed a contract there. The association folks say that the kind of contract usually comes with a huge...
Really?
Who knows? But if it's true, Kinich can probably handle it. He knows what he's doing with weighing up contracts and costs and stuff. Strangely enough, I actually happened upon a strange mural a while back, and it looked to me like it was depicting a Saurian and a human.
Oh, does that count as a relic then?
You bet it does. I was all ready to go take a picture of it, but after all the abyssal activity recently, I heard that area's been overrun by monsters. Or... you look like you know your way around a fight.
If all you need to get is a picture, that should be pretty achievable.
Wait, you're seriously gonna help me out?
Come on, it's no big deal. Compared to some of the things we've been roped into.
Pyro Archon above. You two have hearts of gold, you know that? You're the kind of people who could dive into the turn. Of course it is! There it is. It's inside these ruins. As you can see, the place is...
Alrighty then. Stay back and take cover, Tiago. This could get...
Great minds think alike.
Stabilize!
Full throttle! Let's run! Locked on! Locked on! Open fire!
Whew. That should be the last of them. It's a good... Hey, look! That's gotta be it, right? Definitely looks like a mural. True. Now that you mention it, most ancient murals take up a whole huge wall. This looks more like someone with a paintbrush. It does match the story he told us, though. There's a Saurian and a human. So, whatever. We're not here to decipher it. Just... That's a wrap. Let's take it back to Tiago.
You've been robbed? Oh, Ponche. And I thought my luck was bad.
Oh, I put blood, sweat, and tears into that, and now I've got nothing to show for it.
Tiago, is this the picture you were looking for?
Let me take a look. Yep, that's the one. Hey, Ponche, come and say hi to these guys. They're gonna be the new flame bearers.
Wait, are you the Traveler and Paimon?
Huh? You already know each other?
My nephew Toba's been telling everyone about you. He says you're crazy strong, super friendly, that you helped him out, and that you're gonna be our flame bearers this—
Oh, so you're Toba's uncle. Great to meet. Sounds like we've managed to make a bit of a name for ourselves.
Toba's not wrong, my friend. These two are honestly some of the nicest, most genuine people I've ever met. Everyone speaks incredibly highly of them. Seriously, if you're comfortable—
Really? All I want is to get the fruits of my—
Allow me to explain. Ponche is a well-known scholar within our tribe, author of the widely acclaimed book, Yupanqui's Turnfire. Unfortunately, the book—
I spent years of my life researching that book. I visited every last ruin, interviewed every on the word Malipo alone, I covered at least 5 different interpretations of the meaning, but
it was an unparalleled masterpiece.
And now it's all gone. That little goon ambushed me during my morning walk. He snatched all of—
That book was everything to him. It's like they robbed him of his soul when they took it. Look at him. Lost and—
Dear honored guests of our clan, I am but a helpless old student. If only for Toba and Tiago—
See what I mean, Ponche? Now you've run into these two, you're—
I don't know if he's still there, but come on. Hey! You thieving rat! Give me my things back!
What do you want now, you old bum? God, you're a waste of space. Prepare to get shoved butt first into a tree hollow. Oh, what's this? Brought a little bodyguard. Eat dirt, suckers!
Hey, he's trying to get away! You good? Let's chase him down.
Stop, please! By all the warriors, heroes, gods, and kings, I can't run any longer. Please, I don't have your stuff anymore.
Oh, yeah? Well,
I threw it away.
You threw it away?
The old bum's bag didn't have a single mora in it. Just a tatty old book. All that time lying in wait was for nothing.
Is that real?
The same place you found me. Look, I swear on the Pyro Archon, it's the truth.
Okay, what do we do now? It sounds like he's telling the truth. Right, let's hope nobody gets to the book before we do. We'll never get it back then.
Although the Turnfire is a heroic symbol in Huitzatlan, it always comes with the more ominous implication of eventual tragedy. This holds true for all bearers of this ancient name in recorded history. Each one of this appears to suggest the existence of some higher power that is always watching the name bearer, examining their actions, and eventually demanding payment in return. Yupanqui's Turnfire. What an incredible work on ancient name philology. Let me see, the author is Ponche. Nice.
Silence, book muncher. The great Kahula will suffer your droning voice no longer.
Do you truly find no joy at all in perusing such rich historical records?
Joy? What joy is there in this pointless drivel?
Well, it makes a pretty shocking prediction. Every bearer of the ancient name Malipo eventually meets a grisly end. Maybe that's the price you pay for the name that means price?
What? You're saying Kenichi will die a violent death? So I'll finally get to take over his body? When will that glorious day arrive? The great Kahula demands to know!
Wow, you are just irredeemable, aren't you? An agent of chaos down to the core. You make us Abyss Order folks look like—
Silence, maggot! To presume that anyone compares your kind with the great Kahula is sheer vanity!
You don't need to lecture me about doomsday. Here's what all civilizations will be reduced to rubble by the passage of time. From ancient kingdoms to heavenly thrones, but from the ruins of every civilization, the dust will rise and never settle, thus transcending the and you, great Kahula are one such speck of dust from a bygone age. I've paid dearly for the chance to observe you up close. Now, let me take a good look at you. We'll see whether any memories of that age still remain inside you.
We're so sorry, Mr. Ponche, but we couldn't find your manuscript anywhere.
Does that mean all of my hard work was for nothing?
You gotta stay positive, Ponche. You might have lost the book, but the brains behind it are still intact.
The whole reason I worked so hard to get it finished before the Turnfire Night is because I hoped that maybe, well, not exactly, but I thought my research might at least—
Oh, really? So what did you find out in your research?
I think the key to all of this lies in the power of Malipo.
Ponche, you know as well as anyone that ancient names don't hold any real power. So
You're right, but Malipo may be a special case. Given that it first arose in the era of the first Pyro Archon, it might contain—
yeah, I remember that story. My grandpa told it to me. Maybe you're the special case. Most kids stop believing in that stuff, but—
I'm not talking about childhood superstitions here.
Like what?
Like the fact that the Mountain King is still alive. Everyone attributes that to the power of the Abyss. But there's the key factor is that Burkina summoned the power of Malipo at the If you don't believe me, then answer me this. How many other creatures can you think of who lived longer, not shorter, after being contaminated by the Abyss?
Traveler, different situation but similar idea. Doesn't this remind you of the—
So, I came to the conclusion that Malipo must refer to some mysterious ritual involving a tit-for-tat exchange. It began with the first Pyro Archon, fell with the Grand Alliance, then was buried in the Night Kingdom. And now, it awaits the call of its new bearer.
Hey. Sorry to interrupt, Ponche, but—
I'm sorry. I was originally planning on presenting my findings to Kenichi.
Sounds to me like you dreamed up one fanciful theory to support another.
Kenichi, what are you doing here?
I more or less finished what I was doing, so I came to have a quick catch-up. Now a good time?
Kenichi! I'm onto something. I haven't worked out all the details, but you have to attend the Turnfire Night.
So Mr. Ponche here has done a lot of research on the history of the Turnfire, and thinks he might have found a way for—
I'll be there, Ponche. Let's go.
Shower me with praise! Let's fly!
Here will do. Yeah, I'd like your help giving it a trial run tomorrow. If that works, we have our plan come term—
Sounds like you're not considering Ponche's idea.
You heard him. He hasn't worked out the details yet. We need a more practical solution with
Yet? Are you saying you think he might actually be a-
I think it's possible, based on something I know about the war 500 years ago. Burkina didn't fall to the abyss. He was killed by the Mountain King in an episode of madness. In his final moments, Burkina made the fateful decision not to fight back, and instead pass his blood and power onto the Mountain King. Maybe he thought the Mountain King was stronger than him, and more valuable to the tribe. Or either way, I can believe the Turnfire was involved. Whether you think his sacrifice triggered it, or his fate was sealed from the moment he took the
How can you drop these truth bombs with such a straight face?
This is what I've gleaned from my many interactions with the Mountain King. His mind is so disordered, it took some time to piece it all together. The story Elder Trinidad told you was the more palatable version of events. The Mountain King's mind isn't just disordered. He is suffering, and feels great shame.
What? Then what should we do?
Of course not. We should help him move to a new home. It's the only practical solution. The Mountain King is a hero to my tribe. An object of worship, even. And still, he's been the cause of multiple disasters, and we can't afford to have any more.
Ugh. Practical solutions hurt Paimon's brain. Can we follow our hearts next time?
Then let's break for the day. I've already found a suitable venue for tomorrow.
Rain? Ugh, my hair and feathers are gonna get soaked. Time for some preening when I get back.
You're here.
Oh, so the gruesome twosome come crawling back. Very well. The almighty Dragon Lord Kahula How shall grant you the audience that you seek. Now, Pucker.
Kanichi, didn't you say you found him a teacher? He's just as out of control as
Hey! No one gets to discipline the almighty Dragon Lord Kahula How.
Maybe because I've never had a gentle-natured companion like Paimon to compare against.
Is that a compliment?
Yeah, I see what I'm missing out on now. And it's a lot.
Kanichi! We could drown this measly flying ant in one droplet of spit! How dare you compare her to the almighty Dragon Lord Kahula How! Oh, just wait till I possess your dead body! I will commit heinous atrocities! Tear down your legacy! Destroy your reputation! Wreak havoc on your...
Traveler, Paimon, let's get down to business. Once we've opened the beastly rift, you're welcome to toss a How in there for a couple days.
With pleasure. You don't need to ask twice.
Check it out. I got my hands on this device in a trade. It's meant as bait, but it'll also stabilize the abyssal energy. The Rift Hounds will tear through space to get this. Once they're here, we take them out and claim the rift for ourselves. You'll find out soon enough. First, let's try this out. Here they come. They'll tear you to pieces given half the chance, so be careful.
Yeah! Locked on.
Uh-oh. Are there even bigger ones on the way?
You see, Kinich? I'm a man of my word. In fact, I'd say I under-promised and over-delivered. Nifty little gizmo, isn't it?
I take it this is your true form.
Now that our deal is complete, it's time to start the next phase of our relationship. I made a promise to the great Kahula How, and now I'm here to seize your body for his use. Cliché, I know. The hero's trusted partner sells him out to the abyss in a shocking act of betrayal. Cue bad guy speech and...
Huh? Angel?
Huh? Huh? What are you two doing here? Oh, Mr. Kinich, this is not what we agreed on.
Traveler, this is the gift I got you. I know you're looking for intel on the Abyss Order, so I thought he might be of use to you. But it looks like you've already met.
Yikes. Frosty reception. Gotta say, I kinda pictured this moment going a little differently. Tears of joy welling up in your eyes as...
Don't be ridiculous. Sounds like you've been reading too many romance novels.
There we have it. Change is inevitable and nothing lasts forever. What a pity. Well then, time for you to meet the new me. This time, please call me Sanka.
Sanka! Aha! So you're Glasses Guy! You tricked Huni and Toba into telling you a bunch of stories!
What does it matter? A name is a superficial label. It's what's deep down inside.
That would explain a lot. Why else would you show up here and start acting like a wise guy?
I'll pass. I do rather like you, as I've said before. But my one quibble is that you really don't know your...
Wait, of course! You're the one behind all the recent Abyss activity! Let my mind guess, you've been...
Haven't I told you before? I'm not part of the inner circle who do our Highness's bidding. My interests are far more low stakes. I spend my time digging for truth in ancient doodads and books. You really think a bench will...
I investigated him. He's not connected to the recent events. So, I struck a deal with him. He helps me summon a rift. I allow him to do some...
But that's all over. And now Kinich wants to hand me over to you. Well, I was hoping this would be an opportune moment to... That would have given me some more time to study the great Kahula How. But now I've run into you, which is just my luck. Or maybe I've incited the wrath of the Turnfire, and this is the price I have to pay. Wait, does that count? Let me think.
How? You are the worst of the worst! Colluding with the Abyss Order against Kinich? There is no betrayal. The almighty Dragon Lord Kahula How is a partner to no one.
Don't worry. I told him to act as bait.
Yes, and you should have picked a bigger fish. The Abyss Order? Ha! What a joke. Not even a match for our lowly servant.
It looks like your disciplinary measures have been less than effective, Mr. Enjo.
What did you expect? Behavioral rehab isn't really our thing. Otherwise, we might as well change our name from the Abyss Order to the Abyss Boarding School.
The abysmal disorder would suit you better. Kinich! Dispose of him! He is of no further use!
Traveler?
Hey now, I may be a lowly clerk, but don't underestimate me. I could never beat you in a straight-up fight, But when it comes to running away, I won't lose to anyone. Do me a favor and remember how fast I disappear. Maybe then you'll show me a little respect next time.
Darn, he got away again! Couldn't you?
It's alright. He's not worth our time and energy. Besides, it seems like he's in debt to a lot of people.
If you say so. Still, Paimon's kinda surprised that you actually—
To borrow that guy's words, names are superficial labels. Whether you call it the Abyss Order or anything else, it's a broad generalization at best. Think of it like apples that have fallen from a tree. If you tasted each one, you'd find that they're all at different stages of ripening. Even the unripe fruit blown off its branch before it's fully grown can still be brewed into a fine wine. Everything has its use.
Huh. Well, in that specific sense, maybe Enjo's not such a bad apple. Of course! Only the almighty Dragon Lord. Kahula how? Ugh. So what exactly are—
Don't worry. He can't hurt a fly. You could say that.
Paimon heard that those kinds of contracts might—
Such as? A how watching me like a ravenous vulture?
Vulture? Vulture? We are the Dragon Supreme! Sovereign ruler of the—
Let's pick this up another time. It's getting kinda late. You should go back and get some rest. Big day ahead. Tomorrow's Turnfire night. Time to light the sacred flame and burn away the filth for a legendary 500-year-old warrior.
Oh yeah. Hearing you lay it out like that is making Paimon a little nervous. For all the work we've put in, it all comes down to tomorrow night. We have to make sure we solve this problem once and for all.
Then it can't hurt to say this one more time. Good luck to us. See you tomorrow.
When you lose your way, gaining some altitude can bring some...
Ah, at long last, you're back. I hear that you've done much for our people these last few... Many young people have heard the rumors too.
Well, they won't have to wait for long. It's almost— We really hope we can resolve the Mountain King situation quickly and smoothly.
Haha, well, it's nearly time.
Off we go!
Here we are.
Our honored guests have arrived. I have heard much about your fine work over the past few days. I hope you'll allow us to thank you properly.
Don't worry about it. Getting this huge venue ready must have been a huge task. No need to make extra work for yourself.
If it means getting the Mountain King issue resolved. Nope.
A resolution will come in due course, but every great fire starts as a tiny spark.
No one would disagree with you if that were possible, Chief. But it's been far too long since we've seen a real step forward. Look around you. Can't you see how our numbers have dwindled since the last Turnfire night?
The ceremony was arranged on short notice. Many are away from home and could not make it back in time.
That may be so, but still...
Good evening, Traveler and Paimon.
Kinich! Not a moment too soon.
Chief Wayna, Elder Trinidad. could you give us a minute? I'd like to give the traveler a few pointers as the previous flame bearer.
Very well, but make it quick. Let me know when you're done.
Let's step to the side. Has anyone gone over the key steps of the ceremony with you?
Yeah, Elder Trinidad did, but, what a surprise! The flying ant has an ant-sized brain.
If you don't want your tongue to be burned off by the sacred flame tonight, I suggest... See those sacred flame pillars? Once you've lit the fire, go light each one up in turn. Once that's done, head down into the cave where the Mountain King slumbers. Light the braziers along the way, then bring the flame to the final altar.
That sounds simple enough.
The process isn't complicated, but remember, you mustn't turn back at any point. If you miss a pillar, you can't light the next one, then come back to it. You have to keep moving forward, or it's seen as disrespecting our ancestors. If that happens, you won't receive the blessing of the Turnfire, and you'll have to start over. I made you a diagram that summarizes the steps. Take a look.
So that's our part. What about you?
I'll be with you the whole way, and once you've lit the altar, I'll start. You can leave that side of things to me. Just focus on your part.
Okay. We'll try to remember all that and get it right the first time.
Ready when you are. But I think I saw Huni and the others just now. Maybe you should say hi before you start. Just tell the chief when you're ready.
Oh, Miss Traveler! You look so pretty today! You're gonna make sure the Mountain King never threatens us again, right? I believe in you. I'll be cheering you on the whole time.
Mighty Outlanders, the time has finally come. Please remember, you must cleanse as much abyssal energy as I am sure.
Miss Traveler, you're finally here! I even dragged my—
Although I'd hoped for the Malipo name-bearer to perform this ceremony, that was never anything to do with you. So, I got thinking last night, and I realized if the lesson of Malipo is to look forwards, besides, I'll have even more to write about this time, given this will be our first Turnfire ceremony. I'll be taking detail.
Good luck, Miss Traveler!
Hey! Bet you're surprised to see me. Didn't think I'd be I was all packed up and ready to go, but then I thought, I wonder if the ceremony will go in. I still owe you for that picture you took. So once you start, I'll be dancing to Don't Be Nervous.
How are you doing? I'm counting on you. Don't... By past fuel and present flame, life marches ever on. My brothers and sisters, the time has come to light the fire once again, and let the Turnfire night shine bright in Hoytzitlan.
Go get the sacred flame. Nicely done. Off to a good start. Great stuff. You're over halfway. Keep it up. Impressive. Just one more to go. Come on. One last push. The final sacred flame pillar is up ahead. Great. All the pillars are alight. Next, it's down into the canyon and head for the Mountain King's cave. Almost there. The cave is just up ahead. The Abyss presence is growing strong. We should deal with the contamination first. There's the altar of the sacred flame. Remember, light up the torches around it first.
Woohoo! We've lit up the final altar! That's the Mountain King up ahead, right?
That's him. Kongamato, king of the Yumkasaurs from 500 years ago. He's very powerful.
Paimon can tell. He is huge. Let's tread carefully. We don't want to wake him up.
You've made it at last. You did even better than I expected.
Traveler, now comes the final and most important step of the ceremony. Please use the power of the sacred flame.
There's no need this time.
Hmm?
Such strong abyssal power. What is that thing? Kinich, what is the meaning of this?
Is that a beastly rift?
Chief Wayna, Elder Trinidad, this is about to get a little dangerous. You should step back.
What do you think you're doing?
Solving the Mountain King issue.
You mean by having him torn to pieces by rift hounds?
No, stop! We can't let that happen!
Foolish Locust! Can't you see? We're trying to shove your Locust King into the beastly rift!
But...
I'm sorry, Chief Wayna and Elder Trinidad. This is the only way.
Can you promise me that no harm will come to the Mountain King?
I can't guarantee it, but I'm fairly confident.
Traveler, this is not what we agreed on. You must cleanse the Mountain King of every last trace of abyssal contamination. Okay, I see what this is.
Ugh, you imbecile! What have you done? Oh no! The device is destroyed!
You forced my hand. I had no choice.
Elder Trinidad? What do you do?
No, the Mountain King is waking up. He will cause even more casualties.
Everyone out, now!
Ha 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 ha! It seems there is only one way to awaken you all from your willful blindness. Take me, O Mountain King! Take me as your next sacrifice!
Everyone's still outside. We have to keep the Mountain King here. Give me a hand.
Strike a pop!
Gather!
Okay, watch out for the fruits he's spitting out. I can use those against him. Yeah, that's it.
What do we do? We can't open the rift!
Kill me! Put an end to White Sedlan's shame!
By past fuel and present flame, life marches ever on.
Oh, Burkina, I must atone.
Patience. We will answer to the fire for all our deeds. Even if one day I fall behind, never look back. Keep moving forward, as we are now.
Live with your guilt and shame. This is the price to pay.
Heir to the Turnfire, please use my ruined vessel to train the heroes of the future. The will of Kangamato will march ever on, till the abyss is stamped out.
Whew. Pretty eventful day yesterday, huh? Paimon wonders how things are doing now. Let's go ask the chief!
Traveler, you've come at just the right time. Trinidad's condition is stabilized. He suffered burns on much of his body, but we...
Guess that's the best news we could hope for. Paimon has to ask, is everyone in your tribe such a risk taker?
We're simply not afraid to charge ahead into the... He's fine. Don't worry. He's gone to check on the Mountain King. After the incident yesterday, a transparent shell is formed around the Mountain King's body. We don't understand the mechanism behind it. It is somewhat akin to a scab, in that it stops the abyssal energy within him from bleeding out, while also we've never seen anything like it. The tribe's most senior elders believe it was caused when he was burned by the sacred flame. Similar to the way I think their theory makes sense. After all, we've never thrown the Mountain King directly into the sacred flame before.
Wow. So it's made a barrier against abyssal energy?
It's practically a miracle from what we've seen of it so far. It means that the Mountain King's level of abyssal energy is now stable.
Wow. That's amazing!
I know what you're thinking. The young people in the tribe are already speculating that yesterday's ceremony was a Turnfire night because you and Kinich, you summoned the very flame that appears in our ancient legends. And that fire is what saved the Mountain King.
Whoa! So that was the real Turnfire?
I may be the chief of this tribe, but I've only ever known the Turnfire as a concept in our legends. If anyone can answer it, I suspect it would be the bearer of the Malipo name.
Ah, so Kinich then. Why don't we go see how he's doing?
Let's fly.
Hey, Kinich!
Hey yourselves. You two doing okay after yesterday?
We were gonna ask you the same question. You scared Paimon have to do—
Sorry. I couldn't just stand and watch the Mountain King.
So you thought you'd try and extinguish the sacred flame with Dendro? Or is that an attempt to make the almighty Dragon Lord Kahulahau die of lack—
The sacred flame only possesses a fraction of the Pyro Archon's power. It's not as if I was fighting the Pyro Archon herself.
Kinich, when you went into the flames, were you—
Intending to what?
to, do the same thing as Burkina?
Sacrifice myself? Of course not. My focus was on but now I'm curious. What made you think I—
Well, because everyone's saying the Turnfire is what saved the king last night. And Ponche's theory was that summoning the Turnfire is a tit-for-tat exchange.
So you've heard that rumor too. I'm afraid I can't say for sure. What happened yesterday was a first for me too.
Well, even if you don't know, there's probably no one in the world who does.
What I would say is, if that really was the power of the Turnfire,
The Mountain King? Then
the core meaning of price is not atonement or compensation. It's easy to die for your sins. Much harder to live with the guilt and keep on going. In the end, the Mountain King chose the latter option.
alright. So, how is the Mountain King doing?
Health-wise, there's nothing to worry about. He'll enter a fighting stance whenever we set foot in his territory. But his attacks are gentler now, and not as crazed as before. Like he said yesterday, he just intends to be a sparring partner for people to practice with. Yeah, I tried communicating with him again.
We dare say that Locust King has well and truly lost its mind. Its body remains fighting fit thanks to the perverse power of the Abyss. But time has been less kind to its soul. It was ground to a pulp long ago. But we saw him come back to his senses. That was merely one last burst of brain activity before it croaked. Oh, come on! Stop being such a doomer. Paimon bets the Mountain King has final— That's why he doesn't have time to chat with us. He's too busy thinking—
Well, at least it means my fellow tribespeople can move forward now too.
Yeah, that's right. You caught Enjo for us, remember?
But he ended up being completely useless.
That's on him. It's not your fault he's useless. Besides, we're friends now. You don't know us anything.
Friends? But your friendship is an even more valuable gift. I can't in good conscience accept, so promise me. If you need anything in the future, for you, I'll do anything.
So, in the end, only poor little Huni got the sad ending?
Yeah, everyone's happy except me. First Nana, then my dad.
Huni, it'll be okay.
Toba, you're my friend, so I shouldn't say this to your face. But it was all the Mountain King's. Huh?
Now hold your horses, kiddo. If you promise not... Okay, before you roll your eyes out of your skull, I promise you can trust me. I almost got my eyebrows burned off by the Turnfire after... All right, I'll just get to the point. Do you know what Uncle Sanka loves the
What?
Your extreme sports.
Huh?
On my first day here, I got hit by someone falling out of the sky. It's a dangerous sport, to be sure, but the courage it took to make the jump impressed the heck out of me. So, I introduced myself to the jump.
Oh, such a nice friend.
Of course. Anyway, the good times didn't last, because I got captured by a powerful foe, so we had to part ways for a while. In the hands of the enemy, I was scorned, scolded, and nearly given away as a gift. Oh, it was so humiliating. A horrible experience to look back on. Why does Uncle Sanka always have to suffer, I thought. So I feel your pain, Huni. I was in the same position. But in the end, I made it through, and I left all of those painful memories in the past. I even managed to reunite with my friend.
Is that it? The moral of the story is to look forward in life, right? Yeah, we've heard that one millions of times. Sorry, Uncle Sanka.
Very smart, Huni, but not quite smart enough. What I'm trying to tell you is that after I reunited with my friend, I found her injuries were all healed, but she really missed her family. So, I thought you might like to see her too. She's right behind you. Turn around and see.
Another trick about not turning back? I'm not falling for that one again.